For today's movement topic, we're going to be talking about the box jump, one of our plyometric exercises. The biggest thing with a box jump is you want to make sure you're getting hip extension and then a good catch at a quarter squat, similar to your start position compared to a really deep catch like this. You see this all too often. So first, let's start with our setup. Our feet should be set up right about hip width, maybe a little bit wider, depends on the athlete, what's comfortable. The way I like to find what's comfortable for an athlete is have a jump. Right about there is where you should jump from. Okay, so that's a good way to find it for the first spot. Then you want to be in a quarter squat position. So find my positioning, so let's say I jump. Okay, right about there is my catch. From there, quarter squat. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load my arms back. So this way I can drive up and reach. Okay? So that's our setup right here. This is our setup. Next thing we're going to talk about is our movement. Okay? So for our movement action, focus on triple extension and our arms reach up and then tuck at the end. Okay? So we're here. We're going to jump up, getting full extension, reach. So notice how I'm not just going just to here and then trying to tuck my legs up. I'm going to try and get fully extended and then catch like that. So my position to start is about the same when I jump. So I'm here, right? That is our movement, okay? For our catch, we want to land in the same position within our quarter squat position here, and we want to be balanced. Then we'll do a full reset. So typically when you do your jump, so I'll get my set, jump up, catch in the quarter squat. Now to get down, you can do a depth jump off, stick it, or when you're up here, you just do a step down, like that, okay? The biggest things you want to focus on with this box jump that you'll see all too often with athletes is they think of box jump about how high you can get with a tuck. You know, let's say I was to jump and I was to go, oh, right? Was that a good example of vertical power? No. What's a better example is getting as high as I can using that triple extension and sinking only a little bit, right? So I can here, right? That's a lot better. I can really see my vertical power as I got that full extension. It's different. You'll see all too often athletes trying to stack it up above their head, get ready to start to jump up, and then try and tuck as low as they can, getting this lower lumbar flexion. Their butt is just touching the pad basically. It's not a good example of vertical power. This is an exercise that's trying to utilize that triple extension just like for a power clean or any other jumping movement. So, coach your athletes to catch in that quarter squat. Tell them to catch here, right? This is a more explosive position to move from. So let's say they're to jump up to try and do something, maybe headbutt a ball. If you're in soccer or football, you jump up and you're trying to get a ball. You want to land here, so you're less likely to get injured compared to, way down here, right? What's that going to do for you? It puts you in a really vulnerable position where you can get blown over or something could happen to you. So, focus on coaching athletes to, one, catch really deeply. The other thing I forgot to mention is that you'll see a lot of the time athletes don't fully extend their hips in their triple extension when they jump up. Kind of similar to what you saw me do there. When I just tucked, I just went here. My hips didn't get all the way through. I focused more on bringing my knees up compared to extending up and catching it. So, when you see someone that's just focusing on getting their knees up, coach them to fully extend and then catch in that quarter squat, okay? Box jump is a really useful exercise that we use a lot of the time paired with like a power clean or a squat pattern. And you want to make sure it's cued correctly because this is going to help with force transfer and kind of neurological learning. Allow them to work on their extension and catch correctly, because if they're just going butt to the pad, we're not using the exercise correctly.